This is truly an exceptional television project where we evaluate individuals claiming to have psychic abilities. These individuals assert they possess a sixth sense, enabling them to perceive things beyond the ordinary, such as seeing through walls and traveling through time. Participants eager to join this project must demonstrate their extraordinary capabilities. Today, we will select 8 individuals to proceed as psychics.
Who will fight?
In our new battle,
We were pleasantly surprised by the overwhelming turnout for our inaugural test. Simple TV viewers, housewives, practicing healers, and clairvoyants are confident in their psychic abilities and ready to prove that they have an extraordinary gift.
A clairvoyant medium with unique abilities.
Currently, my focus is on predictive work and analyzing photographs. At a distance.
I have the ability to perceive the past, present, and future.
I can.
Stretch out the leg. In seconds.
I know how to prevent an earthquake. I not only know I can prevent an earthquake, it's all elementary simple.
Our detailed tests will help us understand which of them truly possess supernatural abilities. Many psychics often claim to have X-ray vision and assert they can see through objects. That's precisely what we aim to verify. Our carefully designed experiment will soon take place right here in this very room. To the service entrance, we will carry this box discreetly, and none of the participants even has an inkling that we have hidden inside it. We decided that the most successful object, a snake, despite its stealthy movements, does not produce any discernible sounds, making it impossible for anyone to hear it. Our participants will also be unable to see it. It's safely housed in a wooden box, a living creature. Every psychic must be able to distinguish the living from the inanimate. In just a few moments, the test will commence. We have efficiently divided the participants into groups of 30 individuals, and each group will have a task that needs to be completed within 10 minutes. One group of psychics is already prepared and currently awaiting further instructions.
your assignment You are permitted to approach the box, but you may not touch it.
You can't get to it.
Here, take a look.
Red line. To assist, we handed out sealed envelopes containing a picture of the snake. During the examination, every psychic uses their unique method of practice. Some heed their internal voice. Others depend on the sensitivity of their hands to detect an object's energy, and some employ a rather peculiar approach. So the battle of psychics has begun. Even from the outside, it is noticeable that the atmosphere in the hall is heating up, and the tension between the clairvoyants is growing, and some have certain suspicions.
Information must be gathered under such extremely isolated conditions.
The other one is breathing a lot there.
I couldn't concentrate. Well, it became clear and understandable. From there comes a powerful stream of negative energy.
So many people coming. People all work differently. And psychic means collecting, other people's garbage information.
However, there were individuals with psychic abilities who collaborated and endeavored to unravel the enigma of the treacherous box. Based on my perspective, it appeared to be a glass container filled with mineral water.
It was a torch.
There were a variety of props, including a hat and pants.
A blouse?
Indeed, it appears that a snake inside a box, along with her photograph enclosed in an envelope, might not be beneficial to everyone.
Well, yes, I scanned the photo. For some reason, I saw the sculpture, and then it turned into a doll form.
Do you know for a kettle?
There was a computer that was photographed while turned on.
The bank check.
For a certain amount. And photos accordingly too, or money.
Maybe.
The head of a bear.
Psychics managed to feel the mysterious fluids emanating from the box?
It was a living object. On the other hand, there was emptiness. There is liquid, perhaps.
In the cell, I think there was life.
Prickly to the touch.
From the photographs provided, there was a noticeable living energy.
However, only a select few explicitly mentioned the exact type of living creature present inside the box.
The photographs that lay there suggested something associated with water and the shore, so I thought it might be some kind of amphibian.
In this particular experiment involving the box, 82 individuals were capable of discerning that there was something cold inside, while 50 individuals correctly identified that there was something living within it. Only 4 individuals were able to specifically state that a lizard or a snake was inside the box. We reserved 40. In our assessment, among the most capable candidates who should advance to the next round of the Battle of Psychics by the conclusion of this program, we ought to select 8 finalists. They will be the elite, the ones who will astonish us and demonstrate their unique abilities to the entire nation.
There are 30 suitcases, one has a hidden man. Can you find him using only 6 senses? Who will secure a spot in the top 8 psychics?
This is a new Battle of Psychics with you again. I am Mikhail Porechenkov. We are again looking for people with psychic abilities and are ready to test them in front of millions of TV viewers. After all, if a person claims that he is a psychic, you really want to check him. And when he passes all the tests without error, it fascinates and you want to check him again and again.
The first serious testing of people with supernatural abilities began in Japan in the late 19th century. All research results wanted to be carefully checked, so often experiments were conducted in front of a large public. Right. Right now you see the simplest classic clairvoyance test psychics need to feel, and then draw what is depicted on the back of an opaque sheet of paper. We also decided to use this exact test to test those who want to participate in the Battle of Psychics. Could you see what was painted? We asked an independent expert psychiatrist, Mikhail Vinogradov, to assess the abilities of our psychics. Here you showed exactly here. Well, you also showed exactly.
To be honest, I'm surprised.
Mikhail Viktorovich has spent 40 years studying individuals with paranormal abilities. I was invited to a closed institute to test people's abilities, including psychic ones. But we're sure Dr. Vinogradov will figure it out. Which of these people is a real psychic, and who pretends to be one? When and how did you manifest unusual abilities?
Within 4 years. Was there a situation that I came out of?
Bodies.
As I walked out of my body, I saw myself.
An unfortunate incident occurred when I fell from the plane, and after that I began to feel the energy fields of man.
What are your areas of expertise?
I work with spirit. Well, that is the phenomenon of some external forces.
I'll show you some photos. What can you discern? About each of the people depicted in these.
A little like that, they are all dysfunctional.
This should tell you that each of these people bears signs that a true psychic cannot miss. Death, alcoholism, and imprisonment. Right now, along with our participants, you have a chance to test your clairvoyance. So in front of you, 3 photos. Can you determine which of these people has the seal of death and which suffers from alcohol dependence? One of them is serving time in prison. A life sentence for multiple murders. Find out which picture this person is in. In just a short time, you will discover the extent of your intuitive development. Our expert Mikhail Vinogradov was most impressed by this psychic Andrei Zatev. He gave off some kind of strange, powerful, saturated buzzing that at first I decided that they turned on a drill behind the wall. He immediately said from the photographs who died and assumes that this person is... This man is not truly among the living. He tragically lost his life due to terrorist attacks in Volgodonsk 8 years ago.
No, I don't see him. I don't see him there. Some kind of accident. Yes, it's cold.
Comrade who has a heavy drinking habit and some criminal tendencies.
This is the American John Collins, a serial maniac and murderer responsible for the deaths of at least 7 people. He is also possibly a former athlete. John Collins was undeniably the captain of the football team, an outstanding athlete who frequently won in sports competitions.
A person's internal predisposition to alcohol dependence.
The man in the photo was a successful actor in the past, whose career was cut short by addiction to alcohol.
In appearance, it is as if women have been a big break. With beloved person, why does he sport a mustache?
And when you looked at these photographs, you were able to correctly determine who is who. If so, what this is a coincidence, intuition, or clairvoyance. But do not delude yourself. In order to call yourself a psychic with equal success, you need to pass many different tests. Looking at our upcoming challenges, think carefully. Could you succeed?
Our next test will be here in a makeshift storage cell. We brought here exactly 30 suitcases, all of them absolutely different in color, size, and shape. A person will hide in one of these suitcases, and our clairvoyants will have to find him. Will psychics feel which suitcase out of 30 is filled with living energy? Can they find a man? Hiding in the suitcase will be the famous circus actor Nikolai Mesura. Nicholas' height 129 centimeters, weight 35 kilo. He wears size 36 and shoes size 30. Nikolai is 65 years old. He's in excellent physical shape. Our hero can fit in almost any of these 30 suitcases. So our permanent skeptics, the famous illusionists, Safronov brothers.
Hello, Nikolai.
Greetings, 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 dear friends. Greetings, greetings, everyone.
Sergei must observe the psychic's performance on the set. Andrei Ilya will be watching Sergei himself at the monitor so that he doesn't accidentally suggest anything.
Interesting.
Already taken.
Looking lady.
No, it's a man.
It's a man. And I don't want to. I like it best.
Are you sure?
It's quite small and they'll never guess it. Well, everyone, we're finally closing.
Fine.
Not perfectly fine.
We suspected that Nikolai could somehow fit in such a tiny suitcase without revealing himself. Sergei Safronov even decided to verify how long Nikolai would endure this test.
Let's go.
It turned out that Nikolai was absolutely silent and imperceptible. He lay in the suitcase for a whole 30 minutes, remained calm. The clairvoyants only have 7 minutes to find him. And now it's time for the Release One psychic, Raisa Oglu, who has come to join us for the show all the way from distant Bataisk.
Hello. Well, here you can witness an actual psychic in action, totaling around 30 suitcases and chests. Within one of these containers, there is a person you need to locate within 7 minutes. I will provide you with a photograph and a personal item belonging to our hero. Maybe this is also possible to help in some way.
my work from the photograph.
They just brought it to me, just wondering what you have in the box. And
Little angels will place the candles immediately, connect, and begin our work.
Psychic Raisoglu decided to connect next to the suitcase in which the person is.
Person around here? He's near here.
near here. Yes, it was I who issued the task.
Well, where is it? If I had clear water, I could indicate the exact drawer.
Is there any alternative to water, or can we just provide you with water at all?
No. Water is like charging. I need to put the water on the recharge in his name. Then determine which boxes.
The little angels do not want to help today. The clairvoyant decided to read the thoughts of the presenter in order to still find out in which suitcase the person is hidden.
That's it. The women proved challenging with significant issues.
In fact, I was thinking about only one thing now. I wanted to mentally send where our hero is.
Sorry, I'm illiterate. Firstly, my mother had a lot of children, 13 people. There were boys in front of me, everyone was studying, and I was illiterate. I decided...
Which box we are opening?
Let's see.
Ready to see the result? He's not here.
I am...
Family, and well, everything is fine from then on.
One unfortunate occurrence, as is typical, resulted in complexity. And indeed, our tests, codenamed Suitcase, proved to be exceedingly challenging for anyone attempting to pass successfully. It seems certain to be among the top 8 psychics in the upcoming battle.
In this place, my sister standing behind me seriously helps.
I've been curious for a considerable amount of time. Do you typically put faith in psychics? Extrasensory perception translates as an incredible sensitivity. Take a mother, for example. She can hear her baby crying even when no one else can, or the inexplicable bond between twins. These individuals possess the ability to perceive things beyond the ordinary senses, like knowing the contents of a suitcase without looking inside.
You are the person we are looking for. We have collected exactly 30 absolutely different suitcases in color, size, and shape. In one of them hid the actor Nicolas Messu. His height is only 129 centimeters. Clairvoyants must find Nikolai. The honesty of this experiment is monitored by 3 skeptics. One watches the psychics, and the other 2 watch him himself so that there are no clues. 1 clairvoyant, despite numerous rituals on. And Nikolai wasn't able to sense it. Let's find out if the other psychics can detect which of the 30 suitcases conceals a living person.
There are various suitcases, chests, and boxes. Inside one, a person is hidden. A living, real person, your task is to find.
I can see his clothes. Located on the right side.
A 7-minute photographs featuring our main character. His personal thing.
Either here or this box, or it might be a short blue jacket, or something in blue clothing.
Time passed. Really quickly and easily.
I stood there for a long time and just watched.
You saw?
Well, kind of. Mentally, I already was here.
So you're sure?
More than sure.
In just about 50 seconds. Now let's take a look at the results.
Little man.
Little man. Well, what impressed me most was that you actually saw the little man in the blue clothes.
Yes.
It's really in blue. It's really small, huh? Maybe you just needed time. Well,
Perhaps I needed some time, whether here or there. I definitely saw the yellow color. It's either a box or a suitcase. Or maybe there is a short man with...
but in principle, you understood that it's completely empty.
Here.
The clairvoyant leaves the set with absolutely nothing whatsoever. Our next psychic, Andrei Senin, was extremely determined to this challenging test. He did not reserve even the slightest right to make any mistakes.
Hello, Andre. How was your overall mood?
Well, thank God.
Ready for the test, of course. Keep a picture of our hero and watch.
This is a personal thing.
You have precisely 7 minutes.
So it is in this one.
Andre, why are you looking at me like that?
I'll explain later.
To be honest, I need to leave the guard next to me. Then I will calmly react to these looks, and when a person looks at me with a look, now I will tear you apart and kill you. And then I say, why you look at me like that? And he answers me. I'll tell you later.
My vision is too unsure to tell. I'll stick with this box. Did that scare you?
Honestly, I was felt extremely uncomfortable.
I understand. My gaze is very intense and energized, which not everyone can withstand.
Let's see, after all, your result.
I understand.
I'm not terrified that entering will twist me inside out with curses. No, I'm afraid of physical retaliation.
It was me. Man.
Yeah.
Very strong energy.
Yeah? I absolutely concur with your assessment about this man.
There is a person who dwarf. He has delayed development of the hypothalamic pituitary gland, left myocardial ventricle, shortened legs in relation to the entire figure. Very interesting. It's related to the circus.
Yes. The task didn't involve this. I don't feel the need to elaborate further. I'd already attempted to delve into my thoughts, but no thank you.
The clairvoyant could not find the man in the suitcase. 5. It was also not possible to do this. 6, 7, and 8. The psychic did not have enough strength to find Nikolai. Someone tried to listen carefully to his body language. Someone turned to the frame for help, and someone simply needed to find the person in the suitcase. Buzzing. Some psychic investigators utilized an ordinary ring attached to a thread for their search. Some individuals attempted to create an intuitive drawing of a suitcase.
Doesn't even look at what I'm drawing. I relax my hand and let it move. I give up. I will assume that this is the silver box. Nothing.
You know, everything seems so easy with the screen, guess the cars and everything else.
For a continuous 7 hours, unfortunate Nikolai had to remain lying quietly inside his suitcase.
Can we simplify the task?
Pack a couple of suitcases.
No, on the contrary, let them have 3 suitcases.
That all glass is transparent, right?
The task of finding a person in one of 30 suitcases seems to be impossible to solve at all.
Masanda contrabass. Well, yes, nothing surprising.
So what exactly is this?
Contrabass.
Indeed.
Well. Skeptics are merely exhausted, hence the Saffrons devised a new form of entertainment.
I believe he won't find... You wager 20 rubles on this, they escalate the bets. We'll continue to build up here for you as we go along. Have you all been checked?
Yes, this is Maxim Vorotnikov, brother of Battle 1 winner Natalia Vorotnikova. Although he has never worked as a professional psychic, Maxim firmly believes that everyone in their family possesses paranormal abilities.
I wish you luck.
Go ahead.
I can determine inside the box.
He won't.
He is nowhere to be found. Suitcase.
No one will believe us?
Thank you.
Congratulations on finally locating me correctly.
I won 20 rubles.
You one who found Nikolai today.
Yes.
This individual has the powers of a psychic.
Could it have been my sister that did it?
What?
His assistance was truly straightforward and effective. I thank very much for that.
Is she really with you and me?
Well, nothing so strange to us anymore.
I have the feeling that Natalia is already here somewhere next to us.
It's very challenging, extremely challenging. In principle, the search is my little horse. I react a bit to the odor.
A few clairvoyants. Smell and others react very clearly to color.
Deep red.
It's red.
Yes, because it's red. How do I know it? I tell you, it's the reds.
I'm shocked.
What a shock.
Well, don't leave. Come to me. Let's see together.
Well, come on. I just know he's sitting here. We'll open it. In the name of Father, Son, and Saint.
With determination, Spirit Clairvoyant Emmy Emmanuel Gershas tirelessly assists through prayer. Despite this, the detailed ritual could not assist Amy in enduring the difficult ordeal.
Hello?
Good afternoon. So, how is yours doing?
There are still objects to...
Including firearms.
You know when he came in, I wanted to ask.
What is the age of your horse? Let me walking in a circle first. This cold box. It feels completely empty. There seems to be something lying here, but at the very bottom there may be something like a board. Something about this very cute box. This just inspires confidence. So now let's try to imagine here he comes out. Leonid remains.
A minute.
Okay, well, if there's a minute left, then... So, yeah, open that box.
Let's begin by identifying which of these boxes has become cold. This one's cold, right? I believe that this is a really cold box. Yes, it is associated with the cold. There are potatoes, onions, pasta. Here you said that.
Empty.
Emptiness we look.
Vic.
In principle, I admit that this emptiness. I really like the rest. They said that there is something at the bottom like a board. I think that's worthy of applause, because we have a gun here.
Wooden.
Of course.
Well, yes, well.
You say there was something very warm here.
Well, it appears there's something present.
Something very warm.
Hello there. Hello again. Or
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Oh, weirdo.
Thank you. It was an interesting experiment.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Look, he is a person, let's say.
Not so. Quite well.
Normal. Not all normal individuals have some unique opportunities in life.
The task seems simple. You can clearly see that you are on your way. The other suitcase is completely alive. I don't know what it is like. Well, how do you feel? Is it pleasant or unpleasant for you? Just the same.
Feeling.
From all the participants, we need to choose 8 psychics, although our project would be more correctly called not a battle of psychics, but a battle of clairvoyance, because we are testing people who see through time, space, and distance. And if so, then we just decided.
Impenetrable masks, no clues, and complete ignorance of who is opposite.
Case or a woman.
In just a few minutes, you will learn the names of the top 8 psychics who will fight in our new battle. But before entering the finals, they have to pass the last most difficult, the most serious test, which is an absolutely pure experiment. It is impossible to know anything in advance, and no logic will help. So the person who passes this test can be considered a real psychic.
This test was prepared with the strictest secrecy. The entire film crew conventionally called him Mr. X. For this test, we needed this man, whose name was forbidden even to say aloud an hour before the arrival of psychics. Observing complete incognito through the service entrance, the mask went to the set accompanied by guards. Psychics have to describe a person without seeing or hearing him. We cover their eyes with an absolutely impenetrable mask.
I look fine.
All we can offer to help clairvoyance is this photograph of Mr. X, sealed in an envelope just in case, and the hero's personal item, the passport he always carries with him for identification purposes.
Photos, I don't need this thing. Can you tell me what kind of thing it is?
Can you touch her?
Can you just tell me the name?
We won't provide any information to the psychics. One by one, we guide them into the room to meet the enigmatic Mr. X.
Man.
Very interesting. You know, I would argue that it's still a female.
Absolutely, yes. This woman strikes me as a bit of a coquette, in my opinion.
Are vocal cords in good condition?
This is Katya Lel, now a popular singer. Once she came to Moscow from Nalchik. She is almost 33 years old. She is not married. She has no children.
I see two.
I see a boy and I see other boy. It feels like it's a little longer. Hair. It seems to me that she speaks quickly.
Although he thinks for a long time. And that's right. Why are they closed? Everything is closed and we sit afraid of hearing too much. I will say too much later.
Well, I never take personal things for one simple reason.
No need. Guardian angels protecting each person. They don't require possessions. You will win every trial. Come December, it will all be settled.
This year is hard. You just have to get through it, you know? Yes, it's not fatal.
surprised by Lena's words that she told me would win everything. But for some reason she said at the end of the year, it remains a mystery to me.
It was difficult for our psychics, even in order to determine the person who is opposite the clairvoyant, had to sweat a lot. How hard it is, how difficult it is to capture the energy. But apparently, I have the feeling that this is a
Woman is interesting. I can say beautiful. I see problems in personal life.
Many of our participants said the right things about Katya Lel, but often too general to surprise the singer, although sometimes clairvoyants saw very clear pictures.
To be a violent death.
Violent?
Death, yes, an attack will be on you. I see the train still Moskaligrad. I clearly see Leningrad station. Be careful on the train. When you have a large group, there are all artistic directors. Yes, it seems that there is some protection. No.
If the person himself who asks about his fate asks a question, please tell me this. That's one thing. But when I don't want to hear and don't want to live with this prediction at all, she said, I forgot, but I'll think about it.
By the test's end, Carol had learned so much about herself that she was ready for anything.
I have candles burning behind my back and they help me a lot. Thank you. In the photo, she is sitting in a closed position. If you open your legs, then I will tell you more. This request is appropriate. Light dress, brown such. And she is wearing a blouse or jacket of a beautiful color. For me, I can feel it from a distance. It is burgundy. This woman had several rincones. She was a Eureka in the temple. Sunrise, from there she finds her voice is definitely a singer. Her career is defined, but there are difficulties in this career. I see that some documents do not coincide with such actions that are incompatible with the law, or some increased requirements are imposed on them.
Hello, bravo, awesome, genius. Just super.
I liked it.
Thank you, just bravo. Well, exactly, you imagined a huge field. As you said, dawn with tulips. Tulips are my favorite flowers. Turquoise, this is my birth color, absolutely accurately predicted, said the situation I live in today. That there was an agreement that was forcibly signed by me. I am on the verge of a serious event in my life. Literally, in a week, there will be a court at which a decision will be made. If you could tell what it would be like.
If possible, I will say this to the person himself off camera.
She wrote the exact details, that only a person who delved into the contract and knew the essence of the contract, that everything was spoken by her, that this agreement prohibits everything on all my activities.
Her case will be peacefully resolved, although not so expeditiously today. On her case, there exists a document, a formal paper,
with an official stamp.
but it has not yet been announced, so our fate is interesting, but we do not know everything. To the end.
I think you've been eager for quite some time to know which of those individuals you encountered.
Today,
We'll take part in a new battle of psychics.
I look forward to seeing them myself.
The magnificent 8 finalists here at the appointed time in the appointed place. Right now you will see those who
Will be a new round of psychic battles.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm glad.
welcome you.
On our project,
I appreciate your agreement. Participation, thank you for not
Braden came.
here. Thank you for being willing to pass our tests in front of millions of TV viewers. Look at the top 8.
8 strongest.
8 mighty psychics will engage in our new battle.
Farida Sheikhi has the gift of foresight since birth. Farida calls herself a translator of space. Leonid Konovalov, cinematographer, teacher in usual abilities Leonid discovered in himself 4 years ago when he began to predict the weather on the forum. Parapsychologist, the Polish princess received the gift of clairvoyance after a prolonged illness. Emma Emanuel was paralyzed for a long time. Andrei Senin, Major of the Air Force, realized his unusual abilities after a plane crash. He was bedridden for a year and a half until he healed himself. Valentina Nikitenko, Deputy Ataman of the Don Troops, first realized her special abilities as a child when she saw cherry stones in her sister's stomach. Maxim Vorotnikov is the brother of the winner of the first battle, Natalia Vorotnikova, in the family of Maxim. Everyone has paranormal abilities. It is best to predict disaster. Andrei Zatev is a professional doctor of psychic abilities. He found it in childhood. Andrei fell from a great height and lay unconscious for several hours in the rubble. Sulika Drajabova went through experience of clinical death. During this time, many relatives had gathered for her funeral, and to their astonishment, she suddenly rose and began making predictions for everyone present.